Let's cross down to another team from the Melbourne Space Program. Grace Brown is leading a group of people who are building a bipedal robot. Welcome to the stage, Grace, and a team from the Melbourne Space Program. Hey, oh, big wave, amazing. Grace, I know you got some slides you want to run us through. Do you want to share your screen and we'll get started?
Yeah, I'll share my screen. Cool, just let me know if you can see that.
Yes, that looks great.
Awesome. Okay, cool. Yeah, so we're another team from the Melbourne Space Program. We're actually working on the Abby humanoid project. So Abby is a social companion humanoid who can give hugs. So we're currently exploring her use cases in aged care facilities and healthcare, but we're also looking to explore other sectors such as schools and things like that. So a bit of background, or a bit more context. Her inspiration came from Baymax, the healthcare companion robot from Disney's Big Hero 6. At least our perspective on it was that Baymax provided a more holistic sort of perspective on robotics, the more social, companion, and compassionate sort of aspect on top of the typical sort of industrial sort of use cases for robots. And that's sort of what this project is all about, is exploring that sort of social human-robot interaction. So as I mentioned, we're currently exploring her use cases in aged care facilities. So we have a few trials coming up in aged care facilities where Abby will be interacting with the elderly residents. But we're also looking to expand into schools and use Abby as a bit of an educational tool for students. So how close are we to that vision? So we're currently working on her first prototype, her MVP, minimal viable product. And so we have a few demos to showcase of what she can do right now. So here's a few digital sketches and also some of her online fusion sketches as well. I don't know, can you still see my camera as well?
Yes, we can.
Okay, so we've got her, so I can't actually see my camera, but this one is a 3D print of the head here. And we've also got her chest here, which is not assembled either. And then her legs are over here. So we're still in the assembly process, but we are very, very close to seeing a full fabrication. Currently, she is able to see, so we've also got a demo for this as well. So she's currently able to, using point cloud data, build a map in her memory and localize herself in that map as well, so that she knows where she's tracking in her environment. But using the same camera that we're using for the mapping, she's also able to identify each of our team members here. So this is where I'll get Pasa to actually explain a little bit about this, if you'd like to.
Yeah, all right, thanks, Chris. So I'm Pasa. Now, a crucial component of Abby's ability to interact with the people around her is to be able to, first of all, identify where they are and specifically who they are. Now, I'm sure everyone here at some point is taking a selfie too, and when you do, you'll usually see a yellow square pop up around your face. Using the same technology in our phones, which basically boil down to neural networks, we take it a step further and save that person's face, much like an introduction to Abby, so she can recognize them again later on. So now, as you can see on the side.
So this is the camera that Abby uses in her head. So that's recognizing Pasa. And then we've got Einon in the background. Is that right? Whoops. Sorry, there you are. Einon. It obviously recognizes me as well. And for unknown users, sorry, Paul, to put you on the spot. It usually says unknown. Yeah. Yeah. So she's able to recognize all our, oops, I stopped sharing, my bad. I'll quickly go back. Cool. So she's able to identify all of our team members now as well, which is really nice. We're also been working on her voice technology and her interactivity. So she's able to somewhat coherently communicate with all of us right now. I think the other day, all our data sets were used from different types of movies and also some very general robot chat conversations. But the other day, I think she said something like she was like our father or something like that. So, it sort of works. And also we're currently working on her bipedal motion control algorithms. So I might just stop sharing my screen here and you guys can see. So the other day we actually broke her legs, but that's part of hardware. So some of her legs are laser cut and the others are 3D printed, but we're currently just demonstrating her on the rig because we don't want to break her legs again. And so in terms of next steps for us, So we're a shortlisted finalist for the Blackbird Wild Futures program. We'll also be showcasing Abby at the Generate 22 AI and Robotics Conference. That's on the 30th and 31st of March. We are also trying to transition from a student project to a startup, specifically targeting aged care facilities. We've also started a Building in Public YouTube series, which was inspired from the Blackbird program. So we think we've got episode 1 up now, and episode 2 up will be pretty soon. Yeah. Cool. Yeah. So in terms of where we're up to next, you can follow Abby on Instagram, but also being a student project, I think the main way that you guys could really help support us is through funding. You know, obviously she's going to break her legs probably another 8 times, probably 20 times, to be honest. So we're really churning through all the resources. But yeah, so Nikki, that's Abby.
Wow, that was so cool. Congratulations to all of you. This is such an incredible piece of work, and everyone on the line as well. You know, again, when we started this program, it was just drawings. I'm sure a bunch of code and work in the background, but to actually see you have like physical things printed and, you know, Abby speaking and facial recognition going is such an achievement. So congratulations.